In this question, we are climbing a staircase and it takes n steps to reach the top. Each time you can either climb by one or two steps. In how many distinct ways can you climb to the top? So this is the question where we have to find, like, we have to reach the top. So how many ways, how many different ways of reaching the top if we can only take one or two steps at a time? So in the first case, if there's n equals to 1, so I can only just go at the top using one step itself. It is pretty much clear. So I can say I can take one step only in this case. If I take an example of this case 2, which is n equals to 2, here I can take one step and the two step initially. So first, in the first go, I will take one step and then two step, one step. So first way of reaching the top in the case 2, one step, then one step. Similarly, the next way of reaching the top is to take two step, only two step, and I have reached the top. So the second way is to take two step in one go. There's a two distinct way in the second case. In the third case, if my n equals to 3, I have to reach the top. So how many different ways? The first way is to take one step and reach the top. Okay, this is my first way. That one step, then one step, then one step, then one step. The second way is to take two step and then one step. This is the second way. Okay, so two step first and then one step. Okay, next way is to take one step initially and then two step and reach the top. So third way of solving in the third case is one step initially, then two step. So these are the ways in which I can reach the top using one or second step. So we can say that if we have to, in this case, n equals to 7 and I have to reach the top. So for reaching the top, if I take the two position, the first position is n equals to 6. This is the position. So I can easily take one step ahead. I can easily take one step and reach the top if I'm at the n equals to 6. Okay, if I'm at the n equals to 6, n equals to 6, so I can just take one step and reach the top. One step and then reach the top. Okay. So this is the condition where I can say that if n equals to 6, then I just only take one step and reach the top. Similarly, if I'm at the n equals to 5 position, so I can take one step, then one step, reach the top, or I can just take two step. As in the question mentioned that I can take one or the two step and for reaching the top. That's why in this case also, if I'm at the two position, my two position, then I can say that okay, at n equals to 6, I will take only one step and reach the top, and at n equals to 5, I can take one step, or I can take two step in one go and reach the top. So in the brute force approach, we can say that we can find each and every approaches or the distinct way of reaching the top. Like n equals to 1, there's a one way of reaching the top, and n equals to 2, there's a two way, n equals to 3, three way. So there's a different way of reaching the top, in which we can say that if we at specific location, so for just for reaching the top, you can take one step at one go, or you can take two steps at one go. There's a different ways of solving this question, but in the efficient way, we can say that we can use dp in this case. For solving this question using dp, we can able to get our final answer. So generally I can say that if I want to reach at 7th position, so different ways from 6th and plus different ways from 5th location. If I add them up, I can say that the sum up will give me the total different ways of finding the 7th location. This is the question on lead code where you have n equals to 2, so the output is 2. Why 2? Because there are two different ways of reaching the top if your n equals to 2. Similarly, in n equals to 3, there's three ways, and the constraint is this. So you have to find the different ways, like how many different distinct ways you can climb to the top position. Initially, int climb stairs int n. n is the number of stairs or the number of stairs which is given to you, and int, you have to return the different distinct way in the int. So firstly I will make a vector which is int type. Its name is dp, and initially n plus 1 comma minus 1, like n plus 1 is the size, and initially I have located minus 1. So this is the solution, which is the class, and one integer, which is the n, is given to you as an input. A vector named as dp, which is the shortest or like dynamic programming, is created. The size is n plus 1 and n plus 1. It is because in the dp you will take like from 0 to n steps. Okay, so 0 to n steps. That's why n plus 1 I have taken the size of my dp vector, and the array is initialized with minus 1, which is like a placeholder initially. After doing this, I will allocate dp 0 is equals to 1 and dp 1 is equals to 1. What is this? So dp0 equals to 1. It means that the line initializes the base case. There is only one way to stay at zeroth step. Like if you at the zeroth step, so there is no other way. You can only stay at that step. Only one way. Okay. And if you at the one way, if you're at the first step, then only there's a one way to reach the top. That is taking only one step. This is the two condition, which is we can say the base condition type condition. After this, there is a for loop for in I equals to 2, from 2 I is smaller than equals to n I plus plus. Here my dp of I is equals to dp of I minus 1 plus dp of I minus 2. Now I'm running the loop from I equals to 2 till I n. So loop starts from step 2 and goes up to n steps. The reason of starting from 2 is because we have taken the two base cases like 0 or 1. If n equals to 0, it means that no need to move further. You only have one way, that is staying at the 0th step itself. And if my n equals to 1, then there is a one way of reaching the top. Similarly, if my two steps has been done as a base case, so I will start from I equals to 2, and if this line dp of I equals dp of I minus 1 plus dp of I minus 2, this means that if we come from I minus 1 step, this is a one step before, or then I minus 2, two step before. I minus 1 one step before, and I minus 2 two step before. From taking those steps, I can reach the dp of I. So this whole line calculates the number of ways of reaching the ith step. Okay. So the total number of ways of reach the ith step is the sum of the ways to reach I minus 1 plus sum of the ways to reach I minus 2 step. After doing this for loop, I can return my dp of n because it will contain the different or the distinct way of reaching the top. This will return. If I run my code, there is an error. Why error? Uh, Once again, return. There's an error because I have declared I've returned the value outside my function, which is it should be declared here inside the function client stairs, and accepted, submit, done.